Hey, what's up, everyone? Thank you for joining me for another YouTube video discussion. Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about WB because apparently it's not just them; it's other developers that I'm noticing also, or really, I should say, other publishers. Because I never blame the developers. The developers only do what they're told, what they're paid to do. But these studios like WB apparently keep wanting to focus on live service games. We recently had the announcement that WB, even though Hogwarts Legacy made them probably more money than any game recently has made them, they want to focus on making more live service games to figure out ways to make people pay more. And look, to an extent, I get it. Because these games cost a lot of money, supposedly. Um, I need to figure out ways to continue to make revenue on them, right? Because why not? Why not do like a TV show or a franchise of movies or just, game after game where instead of doing a one and done game that focuses on a story, you just have a repetitive loop of games or a repetitive loop of gameplay, I should say, and you just keep releasing these games back to back. Well, see, the problem with that is that how many of these games are dying off? So here's what I have to ask you, WB and Sony and anybody, really, that any publisher out there that does these kind of games. How much? That's the question. How much money are you going to waste? How much time are you going to waste until you realize this isn't a sustainable model and this isn't what gamers want? If you don't believe us, let's take a look at the games that won Game of the Year. And let's look at the games that were nominated for Game of the Year. And how many of those games were... Oh, none of them. None of them were live service games. They were all single-player-based games. It's almost like the gamers want single-player-based games. And look, there's nothing online... there's nothing wrong with throwing an online element in there. After all, one of the coolest things about Baldur's Gate or Divinity Original Sin, all these games, is when you're able to jump in and play with a friend, right? And there's absolutely nothing wrong with having an online element. Sort of like, you have these games like Ghost of Tsushima and stuff like that have that. But at the end of the day, a lot of these games that I'm mentioning are all single-player based. You have the option to play the game by yourself, right? And then if you wanted to, jump in and play. And that's where I think the line needs to be drawn, is like you have games like Splatoon 3 that have a single-player campaign, right? A solo-based game. And then when you're done doing whatever portion, like you want to do a couple of levels in single player or whatever, you can jump online and play with people. Or, if you don't want to, just simply focus 100% on the online. There's at least that option. But I just feel like the writing is on the wall. We're telling you, and you got games like Kill the Justice League, right? And Avengers, that these games don't sell. It's almost like we're trying to tell you we don't want live service games. Now, if done right, I think that they have the option. I mean, look at some of the games that I talked about when I did my live service suggestions video, right? Where games like Animal Crossing that are already online, you already have the option to jump from island to island, right? That could work. You can continuously throw updates in there and make that game work forever and continue to just monetize it and say, here's a new update for 2024. Here's, a new Easter festival thing. Here's some new tournament mini games that we thought of. Go to the tournament island now and play with your friends. Stuff like that could work, but Animal Crossing is offline. You can literally play it by yourself if you wanted to. So that's a little bit about what I'm talking about. I think that it becomes a problem. And look, to an extent it can also work. Because we've seen Helldivers 2 and the massive success that it has with its gameplay loop, right? So I know that it can work, and I can understand why companies want to get on board with it. But all I'm saying, and all I think that all other gamers are pretty much saying, is we still want that single player experience. Maybe it's just me, but that's what I'm taking from it. Because when I have a better time playing games like Ghost of Tsushima, playing Horizon, playing Spider-Man, playing Prince of Persia Lost Crown, playing any Metroidvania, playing a platforming collectathon game, playing these games that are narrative driven first, and then maybe if I got nothing else to do, I might jump in to Overwatch. I might jump back online to Halo Infinite or Titanfall 2. Again, a game that I wanted was Titanfall 3, not Apex Legends. Nothing wrong with Apex Legends. I'm just saying that it takes away from what made Titanfall 2 special, because you literally had a game with giant mechs and parkour, and you decided to instead make a 3-man team game like Overwatch or something. Like, really? That's what we're going to go with? But whatever. Apparently it's brought them a lot of success, but that formula can't always work for every single game. I mean, imagine if they did this with every single franchise and every single IP. Maybe it can. After all, we keep getting Call of Duty games year after year after year that are doing a lot of the same stuff, and people continue to buy it. Maybe it's the superhero part of it. I don't know. But what do you guys think? Because I don't know about you, but I just want a single-player narrative-driven game. I don't mind having an online game every now and then. Heck, I welcome it. Because sometimes it's nice to be able to play a game competitively, like a Splatoon. But at the same time, I might not have the time. I might only have a couple of hours, and I just want to play something narrative and really just get invested, put my heart and my mind deep into the story and the lore of this game. But that's just me. Maybe I'm alone in this. But yeah, I decided to just go ahead and talk about this. And I don't know how you guys feel, but make sure you can leave your thoughts in the comments down below if you have anything additional to add. And feel free to leave a like if you want. Otherwise, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and get going. I've got a ton of stuff to do today. I just wanted to pop in and do this video real quick. And it's not nearly as coherent as it was in my mind last night, but that's just how it is. I'm just a rambling guy on the internet. But hopefully you did enjoy yourself. If it's your first time, welcome to the channel. Feel free to stick around for additional content. And if you're visiting us again, thank you for sticking around, because I know that I can be a little bit absent-minded and foggy-brained, but I appreciate it. Have a good one, everyone. I'll see you in the next video.